Bernice Abubejulansa, and you need to get ready for the Graphic Business Stanbic Bank breakfast meeting, which is coming off on the 14th of June at the Mövenpick Ambassador Hotel. It is the second in the year, because we're in the second quarter. There was one done for the first quarter. I've got Kojo Labi, he is Manager Communications, Stanbic Bank, and Charles Benoni Okai, Acting Editor, Graphic Business, to help us understand what this second quarter is focusing on and why you need to pay attention to it. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Thank you for joining. So this is Kojo Labi, and this is Mr. Benoni. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
We are partners of this particular breakfast meeting because we aired on our channel live as well. This theme for the second quarter is focusing on unemployment. Let me start with you, Mr. Labi. Why this topic and why now?
So if there's anything more apt than this, I'll struggle to find it. Even though we chose things that we know will be most relevant for the people, it looks like this has been perfectly chosen. We've heard of discussions on the political landscape where primarily people are concerned about how they'll get jobs. Yes, the topic was chosen and there's no way we can provide jobs. But the idea of this event with our partners is to ensure that many more people get to know about the solutions that the experts will bring on board. Because as a young man, I recall being told at the university that those who passed through used to finish and they were guaranteed jobs, including vehicles being provided for them before they left. That world is gone. The fact of the matter is, even government cannot employ everybody. So if it's the public sector that would drive growth, as has been happening around the world, what are the skills that they are looking for? How do we direct people in that area? If it's about education, how do we ensure that those skills are the ones that we keep pushing? And I guess those are the big issues that Tuesday we hope to be tackled by our panel of experts. People can always have issues. I get what we don't want to have. You cannot have full employment, neither do you want to have high unemployment, such that it becomes a problem for the society. Then you and I cannot sleep well. You may finish your work and then the people who should have been able to fend for themselves start thinking about how and who they can attack in order that they would also feed themselves. I guess any part of the society that helps to do this makes you and I feel safer. And that's why I come from a bank where we facilitate dreams, right? So if we can help to create the enabling environment in terms of the discussion and offer solutions, I guess our job would have been done. So that's how come we are.
Interesting. Yes, I'll come back to you, but I want to hear from Mr. Benoni.
Yeah, I think you're also aware of the release of the census report that talks about unemployment in the country around 13.6%. If you speak to the statisticians, they even tell you that the unemployment rate in the country is even about 3 times higher because we are using the ILO format to calculate, so you ask somebody for the last 1 hour, how many, have you done any work? If you ask the same person 5 hours, it will give you a higher rate. That's what the statisticians explain. And this has been a bother. If you even listen to some of our security experts, that unemployment in the country is a security problem. So we found it necessary to, bring this thing up at this time. We know it's a listening government that can, listen to the ideas that some of our panelists will share and then, find solutions to it.
Talking about what the panelists will share, we've seen the nature of your breakfast meeting. Very few people in attendance, with panelists sharing their thoughts and ideas and giving solutions. But when it comes to unemployment, a lot of young people want to be heard. They want to be part of that conversation. Is there opportunity this time round to have them be a part of it?
It's a yes and no. The no part is about the fact that we can only have it at a venue where we keep pushing the issues around the COVID situation and the fact that we can't have too many people in one place.
Okay.
But fortunately, the same difficulty of COVID gave us the idea that virtual reality is here. So what it means is that we would encourage as many people as possible to join online through our the social media handles of Stanbic and Graphic, and I guess they can also follow on the platform.
Yes.
So it is actually an indication of how the world is going. I suspect many of the skills that people need today are the ones that bring the world of the old, the physical, with the new, the virtual. And that's how you and I would be. I guess as we are there now, there's somebody somewhere in another country watching us.
Definitely.
Not physically with us,
yes,
but taking part in this conversation. I guess it's the same thing that we want to encourage people to keep pushing the barriers, and I guess somehow we'll get it.
So, Mr. Okain, tell us who is speaking at this event and why should we come or pay attention to them at all?
As usual, we select the best of the best. This time around, we have Dr. Edu Ususa-Akodie. He's an economics lecturer at the University of Ghana. And then we have Miss Florence Hope Wudu. Is a managing consultant, Purple Almond Consulting Services. And our own Nana Osebonsu, the president of Private Enterprise Foundation. You know, we've assembled these minds because the one from Dr. Sarkodie, for instance, is an educationist. He teaches economics. He understands the issues, so he is doing the education side of it. And then we have the Madam Florence, who is also a trainer when it comes to giving training for employed people and also giving some counseling to the unemployed. And then Dr. Nana Osebonsu, who is also an industry player, who also share perspective as to who they want. You know, there's been this discussion around those people that will churn out to come into industry. So who will share that kind of perspective, and let's see how that pans out.
Mr. Labi, you are Director of Communications. Beyond the meeting itself, what do you do with the outcomes, the conversations? How do we ensure that it translates into the realities we want to see on the ground? How do we measure the impact of the program?
Thank you. I was in a conference last week, and I heard some people say, private sector people speak, and they said years ago they thought that they didn't want to do anything with government or politicians, for the simple reason that it takes a bit of a time to get things implemented. Then, by the time of the conference, the position was that you need to influence policy. This is one of the channels that we believe help to push that agenda. You come up with recommendations from this, collated, and then it's forwarded to the appropriate quarters so that it guides all those actions that would be taken on our behalf. Maybe they have the answers, maybe they don't. Influencing the gathering of the info that helps to push us forward, I believe is very important. And like I said earlier, this is a bank that believes that we can facilitate dreams. There are people out there who want to have things going. Do they have the answers? Do they know what to do? Do they know the right skills they want to take? Even when they have, what are the enabling factors that are needed to ensure that? If it's the virtual community want to push, if it's the digital community want to push, what are the things needed to ensure that those things happen? And I guess that's how we want to see this going forward, as has been happening, and we shall keep pushing the same thing.
All right, so it's June the 14th, right? Next week, and it will be live on your social media platforms. And there are also partners like Joy News, Joy FM, but do you want to acknowledge any more partners, any of you?
Yeah, I think Stanbic has been our main sponsor for this, and we value that kind of relationship so much because as the agenda setters, we need the rightful partner who understands what we are doing to get us the message to the people. So we are grateful to Stanbic for this opportunity.
I hear when a chief has spoken. You don't have to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Kujalabi is manager for communications at Stanbic Bank, and Mr. Benoni Okain is acting editor at Graphic Business. Don't forget, we will be reminding you of that particular event and the importance it brings to conversation around tackling unemployment and the wealth in there. Now, Ghana has developed double taxation treaties with countries such as the United Kingdom, Belgium, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, among others, for the relief from double taxation on income arising in Ghana. Taxpayers benefit from tax credits facilities under the double taxation treaty. You also need to know about the rent to own a 2, 3 or 4 bedroom house or beachfront villa in the New Accra city. City's inhabitants rent to own at a price you can afford and at a pace you can pay. Visit www.newaccra.city for more details or call or WhatsApp 0555 530 300, 0577 911101 or 0557 054 635. The planned cities extension project shaping Ghana's urban future. This is the AM show. Don't go away yet. When we come back, you will have your say on all we've been discussing here on the show.